Today's video, if you can't tell from the title, we're watching a video about how Gen Z is apparently changing the English language. Now, myself personally being a millennial, I know that, there's definitely some words that didn't exist before that are now in the dictionary. Not saying I agree with them, but if we let this get this far, I don't know.
This smoothie? Bussin'.
That's cap.
It's like you left the plate clean. You ate it up. Like after a girl says something, you're like, oh, okay, period. Like you ate something.
If someone's like obsessed with a guy and he clearly doesn't like your, well, I'm gonna say you're delulu.
Right? Yeah, so good.
What did they just say? Bussing cap 8? Well, you might have heard.
Why should I say it like that? Have some flair. Throw a little flair. Even them girls when they were saying it.
That's cap.
Like that one right there. That's cat.
That's cap.
Anyway, sorry, let's
You left
continue.
the plate clean. You ate it up.
You ate it up.
Like after a girl says something, you're like, oh, okay, period. Like you ate
Oh.
If someone's like obsessed with a guy and he clearly doesn't like your, well, I'm gonna say you're delulu.
Right? Yeah, so good.
I mean, delusional. Yeah, okay, that works.
What did they just say? Bussing cap 8? Well, you might have heard those words from our younger generation, forever confusing the older gen.
Drip? I don't know, a drip of coffee? I don't know.
Okay, come on, mama. You gotta know what drip means. Even I know what drip means. Obviously, I'm a lot younger than this lady, but drip, your clothes, your style, what you're wearing. Come on now.
Drip coffee?
Is she right? Is she wrong? That would be wrong. Drip is like your clothing. Like, oh my gosh, she has such cool drip on. Mom, how do you feel right now?
Very old.
You might just be thinking this is teen talk, but what if I told you it's more than that? And each new generation changes the English language.
You know what? Actually, this kind of makes a lot of sense. Before she even gets going, yeah, I'm gonna put my 2 cents in first. Okay, this actually makes a lot of sense. As new generations come up with new things, new technology, you're gonna come up with new names. It all makes sense. I can't really explain why it makes sense, but I'm sure it all makes sense. It makes sense to me anyways.
I'm not capping here. We caught up with someone who studies language.
And you know what? I know what a lot of these things mean because my kids are saying all this stuff. Simple.
Variation.
Gotta pay attention.
She tells us this shift in our language is nothing new.
Well, listen, this is not the first time there have been.
Okay, and sorry, this is the last time. We'll let it run for a little bit. But you think back to like Old English. Why they call it Old English? Because we don't talk like that no more. It all makes sense.
Massive changes in the English language. In fact, the English language has been changing for thousands of years.
This girl trying to get to her next class to
is popping up more than usual.
do a lecture?
You aren't wrong. New words are being created.
Phantom tax?
faster
Hold
and
up.
reaching
Okay, let's take a look at some of these situationship. I'm sure we all know what that is. Glaze, that's a new one, but glaze understandably. And you know what's funny? Some of these are slightly innuendous, okay? The word glaze. Come on now, I know you know what I'm talking about. Flex. I'm sure a lot of us know what flex means. Ghost, disappear, vanish. We've used that term for a long time. Extra. Extra is another one that's been used for a little bit of time. Glow up, that one's fairly new. Glow up, she rises. You know what? What I compare glow up to is, that movie, Vivica A. Fox, how Stella got her groove back. That's a glow up. Stella got her groove back. Stella got a glow up on. It's giving, oh gosh, now this one. It's giving. It's a little bit of annoyance with that one, in my eyes. Fit check. All right. I'm okay with fit check. That was good. It's lit. That one's kind of old. I've been saying that since my 20s, my mid 20s. Rizz, that's a new one. Hilarious, I find. Red flag. That's funny. That's a funny one too. A lot of people use that one. Mid's another one that's been used for a little bit of time,
communities.
Can't forget
across the
Karen.
world, thanks to
Can't
the
forget the
power
Karen.
of social media.
Where do words come from? Well, a lot of times they come from technological development.
Oh, that's what I
Or
said.
social development, or initiatives that arise out of political
Yeah, you never know.
shift I'm sure we could trace many of those words back to social media, for example,
Small.
as new words
Hey, I've been saying small for a long time, a hot minute.
emerge in interactions.
Swag and
when
drip.
people are
Okay,
talking
yeah, this is fair.
to each other.
This is so mid. It's only average. That
Huh.
idea lives rent-free in my head.
Ah.
I cannot stop thinking about it.
You know what? Rent free, that is something that, a term that I used back when I played football. You're living rent free in the receiver's hands, baby.
Slang usually speaks to a cultural moment in time. Take the word brat, for example. It entered
What
the
does that
chat
even
when
mean?
U.S. Vice President Kamala Harris became the Democratic presidential nominee in the upcoming 2024 election. The word typically describes a sport.
I mean, she's got better moves than I'm sure any other candidate besides, you know, that black guy had. She can move with the beat. She's black. It's not surprising.
Spoiled or disobedient child, but that meaning has changed.
Brat is bold,
Oh.
real,
Oh.
audacious,
Oh.
trend-setting.
So we know
Wow.
how these words are being
That's
created,
new. I didn't know that.
But when does slang turn to everyday speech?
That is so fetch. Gretchen, stop trying to make fetch happen. It's not going to happen.
Classic
Maybe not
film.
a good example, but imagine if Regina George wanted to make fetch happen.
So if you've got influential members of a community using a particular word or phrase or whatever, you're going to see it spread.
Makes
quickly.
sense. That's how it
And if
happens.
that new word is here to stay, we'll see a jump from different communities into other countries
That
and
slapped.
generations.
Sally's advice on dealing with the new lingo is to embrace it, because one generation's slang is the next generation's normal vocabulary.
Hell yeah, I mean, it all makes sense. The experiences and such that you go through at your age probably creates, maybe not a language, but think about this. You're young, you and your friends have maybe secret words or slangs, inside jokes, that kind of thing. And, you know, quite frankly, if you start saying it enough, a lot of other people are gonna hop on that bandwagon, you know? That's one thing I always wonder about these slang terms. It's like, who started these trends of the slang terms that everybody starts using? I want to know the person who came up with rizz. Who was the one who came up with rizz? You know, they're talking about the word sus. I'm pretty sure that just derived from the game Among Us. But yeah, I want to know. You know, I want to be a fly on the wall when some of the new terminology that the younger generation are using starts to blow up. Like, who came up with it first? Was it you watching this video? Let me know down in the comments below. Thank you for watching. My name is Rich, and this has been your 5-Minute Fix.